All right, Deflategate, and if you thought, well, the penalty would be the end of it, think again. Tom Brady, he is appealing the 4-game suspension. Brady's agent, Don Yee, he says the penalty ridiculous, the Ted Wells report biased and unfair. Well, Mr. Wells, he fired back today.
When I was appointed to be the independent investigator, no one at the Patriots or in Mr. Brady's camp raised any issue about my independence or my integrity to judge the evidence impartially and fairly. I think it is wrong to criticize my independence just because you disagree with my findings.
And he went into detail in that rather unprecedented impromptu press conference he held as to the lack of cooperation on the part of the Patriots. Now, a few days before a Bears game last year, two of the equipment managers, they exchanged the following texts. Jastrzemski, he said, both these guys obviously worked for the Patriots. Can't wait to give your needle this week. The other guy, McNally, Tom, you can figure out where he was going there. Make sure the pump.
Doherty.
No, not Tom Doherty. Well,
sure?
maybe. Make sure the pump is attached to the needle. F. Watermelon's coming. Jastrzemski so angry. McNally, the only thing deflating Sunday is his passing rating, talking about Tom Brady here. In fact, there was one part in there where he said, I'm not going to ESPN ... yet. Okay. Do we think the punishment fits the crime? Dom, I'll start with you. 4 games, $1 million to the team, and not just 2 draft picks, a #1 draft pick next year. They'll appeal. Conceivably, they could knock it down, but do you think too fair, too lenient, too harsh?
I think it's fair when you consider the totality, if you will, of the Patriots always cheating.
Well, Andrew, is that fair in that they even said that in the Vincent letter, which was, in effect, there's a pattern here. In effect, that they chose not to cooperate, and that's part of this. It wasn't so much what he did. If he just came out and said, you know what, I tell these guys a lot of times the way I want the football, maybe they, went a little overboard, it's on me, I'm sorry. This thing could have been a $50,000 fine, it could have ended. Was the cover-up meriting more so than what they did, that the fine and the punishment and the suspension?
I think it's another PR hit for the league, and so I think they tried to staunch it as best they could. I don't think it's enough of a penalty that's going to stop somebody from trying this or something else.
So you think
to
the Ray Rice, like only 2 games, they made sure they'd never do that again? That
well, I think it's ridiculous that Tom Brady got suspended for more games than Ray Rice got. I think it sends a terrible message. I think it sends a message of don't get caught, and it's, I don't think it's enough to stop a team or to stop a player from doing this again.
Well, integrity of the game, I've heard that a lot. You buy that they really buy that, or is this just all about PR?
Brady first got 4 games because he lied. As you said, if he had just come out and said, you know what, there was a misunderstanding. I told the guys I like the balls, I like this. They took too much air at him. I apologize. I'm sorry. We'll never do it again. No big deal. He was adamant. I know nothing about this, et cetera. And the former quarterbacks were laughing at that, said, but this is
2 jamooks in the back.
Yeah, but this is partly the league's fault in that clearly they should have one set of balls. End of story.
I think going forward we will.
Right,
yeah.
and that would be the easiest, way to fix this problem. I think it gets reduced from 4 games to 2. The first-round pick is a big deal. The $1 million fine, who cares? Kraft has a lot of money.
In a perverse way, being the Patriots hurt them in this case because everybody figured they always got the benefit of the doubt. They're always playing on that razor edge, if not even going over and breaking the rules. In a funny way, Kraft being such a good friend and basically the patron of the commissioner to help him get elected backfired on him.
Surely did, but I'm not a New England Patriots fan.
I'm a Jet fan, yeah.
But I do think, to Andrew's point, I mean, this goes to the essence of the game. You cheat in the game, okay? It's different than your outside behavior, as bad as that was. You're cheating the system, the game that's supposed to be above all.
The worst part is they went into the ref's area, took the balls out, went in the bathroom, and took out the air. That part's getting lost a little bit. This was cognizant. This wasn't accidental.
No.
And then they give a science lesson to everybody explaining how air pressure works.
Well, that was one of the worst press conferences I ever saw, where the coach is going. He spent about 5 minutes on atmospheric pressure, and I'm not sure that anybody really picked it up.
I know we're so heavy. All right, I'll get into it on the other side. All right, when we come back on the other side of the break here, Yes, Ted Cruz, as we know, running for president. So why is he worried that the United States is getting ready to invade his home state of Texas? We're going to talk about conspiracy theories run amok, but actually leaders here encouraging them.